Hey everyone, John here, captain of Prism and the person behind sailing vessel Prism. It's been a long time since I've posted, not because I didn't care, but because life demanded my full attention before I could come back and do this with the intention it deserves. Prism was, and still is, a very special boat. In many ways, this channel has become a time capsule of what cruising in Mexico looked like a decade ago, before Starlink, before COVID, and when being out there meant being far more on your own. Friends of mine who are down there now tell me these videos capture a reality that doesn't quite exist anymore, and there's a real value in that. There's a lot to learn from how we sailed, how we moved through the places, and what self-reliance on the water really looks like. Something else that may already be obvious, or maybe not, is Shannon and I are no longer together. After 15 years, we realized we wanted different futures. Broadly speaking, I wanted to keep sailing, and she didn't. Episode 35 has been finished for quite some time now. I held off releasing it because I wasn't ready to live that chapter of my life quite yet. This will be the last Sailing Vessel Prism video in the original format. Going forward, the videos will look a little different. The focus will be more on the places, the sailing, and the natural world, and less on deep cuts of the relationship that no longer exists. That feels healthier and kinder to everyone involved. Over the last 11 years, Prism has gone a long way. Just last winter, I sailed her from Trinidad all the way to Maryland, and it was a reminder that this boat and I still have many adventures ahead. Before we continue, I want to be clear about one thing. This channel isn't monetized. There are no ads, no sponsors, no brand deals. Because I haven't been posting consistently, even with the subscribers that I have, this video might not reach many people. If you want to keep seeing these videos, please share it, give it a thumbs up, or hit the hype button if you see it. Those small signals genuinely help me understand whether this work still matters to anyone watching. I'm also developing an educational sailing series called Voyage, the Interlude. The idea behind Voyage, the Interlude is a multi-episode educational series designed to open up learning to millions of kids worldwide, ad-free and free to use. The goal is to make the project completely self-sustaining, supported by community contributions and by offering a limited number of berths aboard the boat in regions we're sailing. The project depends heavily on securing and refitting the boat, and the timeline is tight. We are aiming to be filming on the water this May. Support doesn't have to mean money. There are many ways to get involved and a wide range of tiers, from sharing the project or spreading the word, or to things like t-shirts and signed crew memorabilia, all the way up to a small number of berths available aboard the boat for the winter of 2026-2027. Before we get in this episode, you'll see a short trailer that gives a quick sense of where this project is headed. If you're interested in learning more, I've also included the full sizzle with additional information at the end of the episode. For anyone new watching, thank you for listening, and for everyone else that has been here since the beginning or at any time before that, thank you for your unwavering support, and without any further ado, let's get into the episode. These are the voyages of SV Prism. The crew on board are searching for exotic landscapes and foreign cultures as they sail their 33-foot sailboat beyond horizons. We left Chicala in the afternoon for the short sail to Isla del Coro. We watched Oleada hug the shoreline so they could fish, while we took the more direct route, gliding along under the drifter in about 10 knots of wind. By evening, we dropped our hook in the small lee of Isla del Coral and tried to get some sleep as the Pacific swell rocked us into the night.
Down's on. Am I spitting water? Is spitting water good?
The next morning, we all went for a snorkel around the island. It's known for clear water and healthy sea life, and it felt like the perfect excuse to test Oleada's free inflatable dinghy. The thing had been hanging inside the woodshop at Berkeley Marine Center for years. One day, Josh asked the owner if he could have it, and I think BMC was more than happy to see it go. Josh spent months gluing it back together. With parts from another inflatable and a few ratchet straps, he managed to create a semi-functional dinghy. Borrowing our engine, we all piled aboard the half-floating, half-sinking contraption and set off to explore the island. With the engine running and the mainsail fully raised just to stop Prism from rolling ear to ear, we blasted down the coast toward Banderas Bay. As we rounded the corner, the first thing we saw was the Marriott Resort, perched on top of Punta Mita. The area is known for fine dining and luxury resorts, but it's also a great surf anchorage, so we decided to stop and rest while Josh got some waves. I also had a few projects to knock out before we could head to shore.
So we've made it to Banderas Bay. It is my normal descriptive word of a bay. It's very pretty, very beautiful. I really like it because there's an afternoon breeze almost every day, kind of like the trade winds. It's like a good 10 knots every day. I'm up on the foredeck today. In Chicala, we put the outboard on the dinghy to go fishing, and I got it started, and I had the oar still in the water. And when I turned, the oar got like kind of sucked underneath the boat, and it broke. Not the oar lock, thank goodness, because I don't have an extra one of those, but it broke the plastic which the oar lock fits into. Falcor here, it's a Walker Bay 8. It's made out of like a hard plastic, kind of like a Clorox bottle. We really like this dinghy. It rows pretty good. It doesn't row as good as other dinghies, but it still rows a lot better than inflatable. But when an oar lock breaks, it kind of makes it really difficult to row. The idea that I have is to, it's an old cutting board. Like it's a 1/2 inch thick, and so my idea is to put that along the top here and put 2 1/4-20 bolts through the top end again, so it has a little bit more surface area to connect to, and then put the oar lock base in the bottom right where it used to go. What makes this project a little more interesting though is we don't have 110 on the boat. We don't have a really big inverter, so I can't use any power tools other than like a cordless drill. I think I can only really cut it with a hacksaw. The issue with cutting this board I have is I want it to be 1 foot wide or long, but a hacksaw is only 4 inches deep. So you can only get 4 inches down, and then it stops on the board, and then you can only go 4 inches the other way. So you have like, you have 4 inches in the center to make up. So my fix was to take off the hacksaw blade, and luckily the little bits fit in any direction, and I was able to put it in flat, so I get to kind of saw with the blade horizontally. I got 2 of the cuts made. I've got the first one done, but on the second one, my horizontal saw thing didn't really work out the way I want it to work. It's hard to keep a straight line with it. So going back with the normal way to cut, do 4 inches on both sides, and then I think I'm just going to cut the remainder 4 by hand by just holding the blade. We'll see how that goes. That was a little harder than it should have been probably. Now, put it in place. Looks good. I'm going to use one of the existing holes. Put that on center. This poor toe rail on this thing looks like Swiss cheese. It's pretty sad. In the toe rail, there's like these like from the mold to keep the toe rail, the dinghy stiff. There's like little stringers, so you don't want to screw through one of those or you're gonna hate yourself. So feeling out where the stringers are. Sweet. Countersink. All right, well, I think I fixed them for now. Hopefully that holds. It's not as pretty as it should be right now. When I get power next time we get a marina or a slip, I'll go around with the grinder and I can smooth out the sharp edges and just make it a little bit more molded looking like. But other than that, I think these will work. And like I said, I think it'll be better off for me because a lot of times I have a hard time in bigger chop to get the oars low enough to clear the wave. This will give me another 1/2 inch, which makes a big difference.
Punta Mita has a Whole Foods style market where everything costs about 4 times what it should, but we were still able to grab a few essentials we were running low on.
So we are currently we're racing Jess and Josh. They definitely got off faster off the hook because I had to still do an engine project, even though we're not using the engine, but we wanted to make sure it worked. Thing got unplugged. Anyways, they got out about, I'd say, 5 minutes ahead of us, and they're probably a good 1/4 mile ahead of us, but we are actually, I don't want to jinx it either, but we are actually catching up. And I'm sure if we ask them, they're like, we did it on purpose, but I think it's just from our boat's just crazy fast. These Hans Christians, they're like the wily cats of their class. No, they're
sleds, pure sleds.
They're pure sleds. They're pure racing machines. And we got the big drifter up right now, and we're running wing and wing, but the wind is just veering like 20 degrees each way, and it is a chore to keep them filled. So that's my head's just constantly up, and of course the sun's right there too.
There isn't much wind today, but there is enough. Like, we're sailing.
Oh, it's gorgeous. What more can you ask for? It's freaking hot going downwind right now. Like, we are going almost as fast as all the apparent wind. Oh, it's nice. Oh, the solar panels block a lot. Oh, never mind. It's better up here. Holy shit, it's hot though. It's just gonna get hotter.
We upgraded Falcor. We now have a ribbed inflatable.
Oh yeah, we're towing a dinghy too, and they're not.
Oh yes, we are towing a dinghy.
We could have some kind of, we could have a 5-minute recap for that one.
Everybody kept telling us that we have a very unsafe dinghy. But the dinghy dogs, the Walker Bay dinghy dogs, have officially made it safe. We're gaining on them. A little speck. They're actually a lot closer than that. You know, I think if we weren't towing the dinghy, we'd definitely be winning.
Yeah?
Probably not, but I'll just tell myself that.
What's the sailing like out here?
Oh, great if it keeps coming out of that way. Yeah. It's interesting to be back into like a big bay again without the ocean swell. So, and then again, the swell is like down this week. So, I'm sure it would be like this out there too.
This is pretty awesome.
You know, and when I say out there, it's like the Pacific right there.
Join Prism next time as we explore Banderas Bay and get fully indoctrinated into the cruise.
I'm Cora, captain and producer of Voyage of the Interlude. 40 years ago, Voyage of the Mimi showed kids science comes alive at sea by going to sea, asking questions, and paying attention. Voyage of the Interlude carries that idea forward, but it starts with the boat. Interlude is designed to be a long-term platform for exploration, education, and storytelling. The series is built around the experiences of an 11-year-old, with scientists on hand helping us translate what we observe into ideas kids can understand. The footage you're about to see was created to create interest from PBS. We're crowdfunding Interlude herself. Here's a look at what she makes possible.
Okay, all hands on deck. All hands on deck. Let's get these sails up, get underway. Get that lacing line off the main. You stand by forward of the mainmast. Keep an eye on those peril beads. Make sure they don't get foul.
If children don't grow up knowing about nature and appreciating it, they will not understand it. And if they don't understand it, they won't protect it. And if they don't protect it, who will?
I think I'd like to be a sailor when I grow up.
Had a good start.
Or a scientist.
Why not do both?
Interlude isn't a single project. She's a foundation for many years of learning. Funding the boat means creating a stable, independent platform where students can learn about the sea, sailing, science, and environmental change firsthand. It allows us to travel slowly, return to places over time, and build a body of work that grows with each generation of viewers. PBS has expressed excitement about this approach as a modern continuation of the educational legacy started by Voyage of the Mimi, which began 40 years ago. By supporting Interlude, you're not just funding a TV series. You're helping establish a vessel dedicated to teaching, exploration, and access. Thank you so much for being a part of that legacy.